Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to show you some really dope aiming techniques. So first thing we have is joystick aiming. By going ahead and keeping your crosshair centered, using only your joystick without even having aim, you can get consistent one clips. So if we go over here, well, of course he's going to put down a freaking thing, but let me soften that up. I'm going to try to aim little as possible. And right there, I barely aimed. I just kind of kept my target on there. Anytime they moved real fast, I flick to them. But for the most part, I'm just aiming with my joystick and doing lots of damage. Now yes, this is a fully kitted Jupiter, but it still works. You're gonna probably have to pull down a little bit more, control a little bit more recoil, but for the most part, using aim assist along with just its principle itself, by keeping your enemy in your crosshair with your joystick, you're able to go ahead and do lots of damage without having to be crazy good at aiming. It's just a trick you can use. I've used it in COD Mobile, Apex, it works everywhere. Now the next thing you can actually do is take this principle even further and use the sniper. So something I also learned, COD Mobile Sniper. Go ahead and use our joystick to hit a better shot. Essentially, we go ahead and line up your joystick because your joystick is going to be a little bit more accurate in going ahead and making you hit linear shots than using your aim. You can do it, but this will help way more, especially in longer ranges. Now next up we have pre-aiming and resetting. Essentially, you know what pre-aiming is. It's putting your crosshair in the most likely place someone's going to be, and resetting is just flicking your thumb to reset where you last aimed. The more you reset, the more accurate your aim will be. So now we combine pre-aiming and resetting. So let's say this tree right here is where we think someone's going to pop out from. Literally just going to go ahead, take our crosshair and pre-aim it. Now that we are pre-aiming, we're going to move and we're going to reset our aim back to that. Reset our aim back to that, reset our aim back to that. You just continuously do that until you take your fight, if that makes sense. Same thing with this line. You think someone's gonna pop out here? We're pre-aimed. Go ahead, reset our aim back to that, reset our aim back to that, reset our aim back to that. Now the next step is something I actually showed off in my sensitivity video. Go ahead, watch that. It's gonna be linked. I'll go more in depth. The thing I told you guys to do in that video was to go ahead and try using your look sensitivity, have that low, and then your fire sensitivity high. This will essentially allow you to go ahead, have a low look, so it's going to be very slow when you go ahead and look through the crosshair, but then when you go ahead and fire, it's going to be high, and so that's going to allow you to control recoil super easily long ranges. And by doing that, you're going to make it so you can control recoil, and your aim is going to be way more consistent in those long ranges, and then close ranges, you just hit fire, because if someone's closer, you should be hit firing regardless. Now next up, we have thumb aiming tech. Essentially, based upon how you use your thumb, you can actually get more accurate. Now one thing you can definitely go ahead and do is bend your thumb to be flat on your device. Now most people, especially if they play forefinger, they're playing with their thumb like this, which is okay. It's really good for going ahead and tracking, controlling recoil, but it's not that good for resetting. By bending your thumb, you can go ahead and reset way more often. And if you're able to reset way more often, it's gonna allow you to be more accurate and get your target on crosshair earlier and make things way easier. Now last but not least, my next tip is to go ahead and play aim labs. And what you want to do aim labs for is you want to go ahead and use it in two ways. The main way is just to get yourself comfortable with aiming. Now this game doesn't have fixed speed, it's in speed acceleration. So you can tell this by literally just going ahead. If you take your finger, you swipe slow, you're gonna kind of look this way. But if you swipe fast, you're gonna go all the way around super fast. You can physically see it, right? What you want to do is just use the sensitivity you're normally gonna be rocking with. So how you normally flick. See how long that takes to go ahead and do a proper spin or whatever. And go ahead and try to take that base sensitivity and get it as close as you can, right? As close as you can in aim labs. And then go ahead, go to aim labs and use these two methods, which are grid shot, one of them. And then you're gonna want to also use switch track. So grid shot, you're literally just gonna go ahead, come in while you're in grid shot and just get your fingers used to hitting all the buttons and getting your thumb in those positions that you aren't really used to, and that's what it's good for. People try to get high scores, that's fine. The main thing is just to go ahead and get your thumb in that position you're not normally used to. Now the other one you're gonna want to go ahead and do is switch track right here, and essentially it's literally all Farlight's about. Literally switching on to a target, tracking it, and then flicking. Do that, those will help you tremendously. Now keep in mind, the best way to practice your aim will always be going into the firing range in the actual game and one tapping all the targets. Just literally one tap it, practice moving to another target and one tap it until you get past. But yeah, those are the tips I have for aiming and improving your aim in Farlight 84. If you like, leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more.